Film. Здравствуйте, film jammers. Do you want to create cinematic footage without the Hollywood budget?
Here are 8 simple ways to make your film look more cinematic.
We're here with DP Sean Keller today, who helped us out on our Fruit Ninja video, so check that out if you haven't already. And we're going to be filming on the Canon C100 camera to show that you don't necessarily need a high-end cinema camera to get cinematic results.
Yeah, that's right. You can pick up a C100 on eBay for about under $1,500, so it's definitely in the reach of many indie filmmakers.
All right, well, let's get cinemaking.
Cinemaking?
Yeah.
You just create that word?
Yes, I did.
That's a great word.
It's like bacon and cinema.
Cinemaking.
Lighting. Now, one thing that I used to do is overlight scenes, but cinema is about having contrast and shadows and shaping your light. Use your lights to highlight important elements in a scene and create separation between the foreground and the background.
Try to make the lighting seem motivated. If there's a window to your left, don't light from the opposite side. Use the natural elements in the scene to help tell your story.
Here's a quick shot of a scene lit very flat. We just basically pointed the lights at the talent. Now here's the same scene where we tried to use lighting to set the mood. More shadows, more contrast. Cinematic sauce.
What you dipping in that sauce?
Just a lens, maybe?
That's not good for it.
We grew up watching a lot of widescreen movies, and we've got a certain affinity for that widescreen anamorphic look, which is what creates those cinematic black bars on your TV.
You may not have the budget to film on anamorphic lenses, but you can add those cinema bars to make your project look more like one of your favorite movies.
Now you can do this a few different ways. We're going to use an overlay we found from a quick Google search. These bars use a 2:3:5:1 aspect ratio. When you apply it to your scene, voila, filmic.
Always remember to keep your aspect ratio in mind while filming so no important details in your frame get cropped out when the bars are applied. You can apply aspect ratio guides in almost every modern camera today.
Yeah, and if you don't have guides, tape your monitor with some gaff tape so you know where the frame lines are. Film grain. Adding a film grain effect is another way to get that film look and give texture to your footage. There are some cheaper options out there, but I highly recommend using a plugin like FilmConvert.
This plugin has a ton of options to customize your style. You can even choose what type of film stock you want to emulate and the size, like 16mm, 35mm, etc. And it looks very organic.
Yes, it does. Here's a clip with and without FilmConvert plugin applied. Pretty filmy.
Unbelievably filmy.
Uncannily filmy. Film in 24p. This might seem like an obvious one, but it's worth mentioning. We've all sort of become accustomed to seeing films projected at 24 frames per second.
This frame rate gives a slight motion blur to your footage and a unique motion characteristic, which may be what gives 24p that certain je ne sais quoi that we know and love. Higher frame rates, such as 30 or 60p, can sometimes look too real, or give you that soap opera effect. Don't leave me, Christian! Do not leave me!
Manuel! It may be a matter of subjective taste, but most Hollywood movies are still filmed in 24p.
Today, most modern video cameras have the option to film at 24p, or 23.976. So if you want a filmic look, set your frame rate to 24.
Applying a color grade to your footage is an important part of the cinematic feel. Depending on the style or feeling of your scene, you can adjust the color to match.
For example, if it's a sad scene, you might want to use more blue or cooler tones. And for a happy memory, you may want to use more warmer or oranges.
Yeah, so in general, if I'm working with flat or log footage, I like to bring down the black levels and add some contrast, and also decrease the saturation a bit. Here's what that looks like. Of course, each project should have a color grade that fits its style.
If you're in Adobe Premiere, try using the Lumetri color panel, which has a number of look presets to get you started quickly.
In this clip from our film Memory Keeper, we added some contrast, brought down the black levels, and applied a cooler tone to the grade.
That's some good looking stuff, man.
Thanks, did you like that?
I did, I really enjoyed it.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Great. Shallow depth of field can sometimes be overused today with all the full frame hype, But when shallow depth is used in the right way, it can be very visually captivating and cinematic.
Absolutely. To get that shallow depth, use a lens with a low f-stop. For example, most prime lenses will go to a 1.4 or 1.8 at least. Check out this shot filmed with a Rokinon 50mm 1.4 lens at a wide open aperture of 1.4. Here's the same shot at an f11.
The shallower depth pulls us into the frame, and we're more focused on what the filmmaker wants us to see. With everybody these days, even my ma, having a camera gimbal, it's just easy to overuse camera movement. But when it's done right, and for the right reason in a scene, it can be more powerful than a static shot.
Using a dolly, Steadicam, or even a monopod are other tools you can use to add movement.
So here's a shot where the camera is static. And here's that same shot with camera movement.
The movement can pull the audience into the scene, so use camera movement selectively to enhance your cinematography in your film.
And say hello to your mother for me.
Absolutely. Hey, Ma.
Hey, Sean.
You want to come over, Ma, and shoot some film jams with me?
Yeah, that sounds cool. Let's shoot a film jam.
Gee, Ma, you sure are pretty.
What?
Slow motion, when used in key moments, can really add a cinematic feel to your film.
It can inject a surreal quality and allow your audience to see things from a different perspective.
Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me, kids. Here's a shot of a scene in slow-mo. And here's the same scene, standard 24p. Not quite the same feeling.
Slow-mo is a powerful tool, but use it wisely. Daniel's son doesn't use the crane kick every time. He saves it for someone special.
Digital cameras have gotten so clean, and some might say clinical looking, that many cinematographers today use softening filters in front of the lens to give scenes, especially of people, a more organic feel.
Using something like a Schneider's Hollywood Blackmagic filter can add a subtle softness, glow, and cinematic feel to your footage. Here's a clip with the filter, and here's a clip without the filter. With the filter, without the filter. Soft and smooth like my legs.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's nice. Yeah, that does feel more cinematic.
Sure does.
Yeah. Well, let us know in the comments of any other ideas, and please feel free to use our Amazon affiliate links below. Completely free for you.
Hit those like and subscribe buttons for new videos every Friday.
Film is just a thing I do. Film is, it's what we like to do. Film is cinematic and fun.